What are some cheat codes you've found in the game of life? Several times in life I've cold called a company to confirm my interview time. I didn't have one prior to my call, but in their confusion and inability to even find my resume I've managed to secure an interview about 4 out of 5 times. Twice I've gotten the job. You can mute the self-checkout kiosks. You can also increase the volume on all of them just before your departure. Unexpected item in bagging area. When my daughter was little and still believed band-aids cured things. One time she had a bellyache, so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. Power of placebus. Circa 1978, I saw an ad in the back of what was then called an Oodie magazine. It boasted the most powerful placebo on the market. That shit is hilarious. When I was in my old 500 plus person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers and walk around. I called them my walking papers and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission. But nope, not in the least. PS, worked on the executive floor/wing. 2. My friend is a janitor at a pretty new school. Not much broken stuff, so on his downtime he walks the building rather quickly with whatever tool he decides. The teachers and staff always think he's going to fix something. Lol. I work at a steel mill and do the same thing when things are slow on day shift. Nobody is going to question or follow the guy carrying a shovel. Wouldn't they immediately know it's a ruse because there was just one guy and not another 4 to watch you dig? We are a fairly small operation, so there isn't much tolerance for spectators. If you go with a guy with a broom or shovel, you are going to be helping, which is why nobody follows. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom. You got yourself a felony. This is the caliber of post I was expecting. Actual cheat codes. Not be nice to your family and surprise, they won't hate you. Thank you. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free shit from being nice. And no, it's not because I'm a cute girl. Because I'm not. I'm an overweight, balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I ask nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. This. Find the grumpiest person that you work with and give it 100% to be their friend. You usually find they're only that way because of social anxiety and are actually great people. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart without pausing. He turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said yes and heat, and continued lecturing as if nothing had happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. What a power move. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to "I'm a Little Teapot," around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures. I'm at a tattoo studio right now, and I asked the £300 intimidatingly tattooed owner of the shop if he knew the words to "I'm a Little Teapot." Without hesitation he started reciting it while doing the pantomimes. Impressive. It's like a kid asking you to answer a toy phone. If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. What do you mean by wave in a circle? Bring it around town. Doing your own research, especially on the important stuff. You would be amazed about the bad information people use to make life choices. To add to this, someone's opinion blog isn't research. Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. Reminds me of George on Seinfeld when he acts like he's always annoyed so everyone assumes he's working hard. He leaves his car at work so people think he never leaves lol. Makes a secret nook under his desk for work naps. George is an inspiration. Also pretends he has a disability to get access to the good bathroom. Genius. That George. Mr. Thomasallo. Attention Play Now employees. George Costanza's handicapped bathroom is now open on the 16th floor to all employees and their families. George. Well played. Mr. Thomasallo. I'll see you in hell Costanza. Hello Marjorie. George Costanza. How are you sweetheart? Listen, could you give Mr. Thomasallo a message for me? If he needs me tell him I'm in my office. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I've always wondered, what exactly do you do once you get backstage? Eat the pizza. But at this point sneaking backstage is just one step between you and pizza and that can't fly. The correct response to any compliment is thank you. You can then follow it up with a comment if you'd like to continue the conversation. If someone likes your dress, thank you. It has pockets. If someone compliments your art, thank you. I've been practicing. If someone asks if you're a professional singer because you have a good singing voice, thank you. I just sing for fun. Apostrophe. Not only does it make you seem confident and self-assured, it tells them that they are right. That's a friendly thing to do. This even works if you don't believe the compliment. Saying, oh, no, I'm ugly. When someone compliments your appearance not only tells them that they're wrong, it makes you think of yourself as ugly. A better answer would be, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I don't always believe it. So hearing that from you helps. Apostrophe. I've started going with thank you. That's nice to hear. My version is similar. Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say. Apostrophe. Colon close bracket. I'm an assistant teacher in a preschool, asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. All good and well until some kid flexes their sitting muscles too hard and suddenly you've got a poopy pants emergency. She's dealing with 3 to 4 year olds. Soiled pants are inevitable. Compliment your children with you are a hard worker and not you're smart. Studies show that kids who think they are hard workers outperform kids who think they are smart. As an adult you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running and they will. Man, you know way better kids than I do. You become the people you surround yourself with. A pretty wise ex-drug user I worked with once told me, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Basically, watch the crowd and the activities you surround yourself with. Damn, that's surprisingly deep. I mentally went through all of my hobbies just now and realized I picked up most of them because someone close to me influenced me into trying them out. Sneeze on your knuckles before a fight to inflict poison damage. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can't do something 9/10 times it's okay to simply say unfortunately I'm not able to do that. Can't swing it this time. Etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and list them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. I like this one. I have found myself making up elaborate stories to explain why I couldn't attend an event or something. Just be brief, honest, and to the point. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make it to your party because of my crippling social anxiety. Apostrophe. Yes. But can you say more about that? Of course I can. I'm not gonna. But I sure could. When someone says something true, say yeah right, not I know. It'll make them feel better and you've still shown everyone how awfully clever you are. The remain silent dialogue option is useful, even if you have to scroll down to find it. It can keep you from failing or getting locked out of certain quest lines. I've mastered the basic acknowledgement skill. Someone will inevitably say something that on its own means nothing. They're implying something, but it's often effective to just get them to say it out loud. Sometimes, it's the buffer between just do it, and that sounded more intense than I thought. Okay, in that go on kind of tone. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often have them. Yeah, I'm going straight for 100% off and working my way down from there. Try 200% off and see if they'll actually pay you to take their product. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat, and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm, so I can brave the coldest day. Also toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. Hey, take off your pants and let me warm those babies up. Apostrophe. Get a credit card like Amex Blue that has 6% cash back at groceries. Buy all your items at grocery store. I'll use Kroger as an example. You can buy normal groceries plus gift cards, Amazon, Delta, H&M, McDonald's, whatever, and get the cash back on that deal. Then, if you time it with their 4x fuel rewards, you can save $1/gallon off gas up to 35 gallons. Altogether, the math works out to being 15% off pretty much everything I like. You can borrow almost all of your textbooks from the library as a college student because of modern book rental agreements most colleges have. WorldCat allows you to be linked to almost any library in America. And all you have to do is find your book in the system and fill out a request form at a library, and it should be there in a week. I've saved probably $2,000 doing this in my first 2 years of college. All of my courses now require an online code to do the mandatory homework assignments, which you can only try by buying a textbook full price, or you can buy just the code for $20 less, so only $130 instead. How generous. Close bracket. I majored in sociology, so most of my assignments were papers. I got through college with WorldCat and wasn't aware of the online code thing until my math/science friends complained. Math? Yup. I already don't like it. But now you're making me pay to do it? Ha ha ha. You think that's bad? Now pay us to grade it for your professor. Also, the answer is not 20. It's 20. 0 persons. My math lab is competing with EA. They just want you to feel a sense of pride and accomplishment for managing to pass a class using their crap work. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. When married, don't stop treating your significant other like you did when you were trying to win them over. It is a great way to show them you're still as infatuated with them as you were when you first met. Been with my wife for 12 years, married for 8, and got 3 kids. I hit on her constantly. I think it helps a lot, but it helps more knowing what you want and what they want. When you work together as a team and take that approach, it tends to work better than constantly chasing the butterflies from the early days. I would gladly trade butterflies for being content and comfortable any day of the week. Pause like wait. When asked a question or engaging in idle conversation and someone is speaking, do not immediately begin your reply. When they stop speaking, they usually aren't done. And in the case of questions, most people aren't finished, and if you give them time, they usually provide 10 answer to the question as well. So yeah, listen as well. Listen. Don't wait to speak. Apostrophe. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.